Welcome back everyone to Welstopia. I decided to change out the banners to the lighthouse with ones that I felt would be a little bit more contrasting to the background. Unfortunately, I'm just learning that if you're this far away, it doesn't matter because you can't see the banners. I have to get this close in order to start seeing them, but once you do get close enough, they do look a lot better. But it looks like I have nothing really to lend any contrast if I'm at a distance. I'll see if I could come up with a solution for that. Right now, the thing I want to come up with a solution for is transportation. Yes, we do have this road I'm going on, but I was thinking that we need to connect this thing up to the nether. So therefore I'm going to head inside and do a little building in there. Now the first question of course is where to put the nether portal. And I'm figuring this is the perfect place to do it. This is right at the ground level. We're going to assume that anything higher is going to be weighed down too much if we put the nether portal up there. Assuming that the obsidian is going to add weight and all that stuff. So instead, we are going to do it here. Now, of course, we got this thing in the way. So I'm going to have to do some modifications here. And what do I have here? I have got a little bit of a basement. That's what I've got here. So what I'm going to have to do is to start down here for the whole thing. Now, the idea here is to give a nice solid foundation and of course make sure that nothing in this foundation is lost in going up. So therefore, let me come up with a little design for this, and I'll be back. Due to the nature of nether portals, I really don't have to go all that far into the entrance area. So what I will do is I will have the stone actually go all the way through this way. Oops. Like that, and this will all continue like that, so therefore we will have a solid. It's a solid all the way down to the bedrock now, and I'll do it like this. Now this is going to be the old part because this is what's going to be turning into our portal. So actually this part right here, let's get that. Get that, and there we go. So this is where we'll start putting the obsidian so that we could just step through very easily. Now we have to go up to 3 high. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, and then the top. There we go. 1, 2, let's see, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, good. So if I got that computed right, this is where we are going to be doing everything. Now, while we can do this, we'll have a solid block otherwise all around there, and then we'll begin to taper in order to have our support system for this. So I guess we could take this. Like that. So let's put in our obsidian and see how this works. And if it doesn't work, well, I'll have to spend a lot of time taking out the obsidian afterwards. Obsidian is notorious for being hard to mine, of course. there, and there, and there. That looks to be just the right size. So I am going to fill in the back, and then we can see if we can get this thing lit up and find our way into the nether. There you have it. Now let's head up here and start tapering this. Actually, maybe one more full level, then we taper it. We are going to be needing some torches here, aren't we? Just to make sure we don't get any unwanted visitors, because you know how those zombies just like to drop in for dinner? Or even worse, those creepers. There we go, and now... Good. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. And if I bring some stairs with me, I could maybe even make that look better, but that gives you the idea. So let's get rid of the scaffolding, and there we go. One portal for the nether? Well, I suppose I need to activate it. Now, if my guess is right, this is going to take me back to my main portal. And it does. So I'm going to take a few measurements and see where's the right place to put a portal in order to get there. Otherwise, this is just going to be useful one way. By my calculations, this is the perfect spot to build a nether portal going to the lighthouse. That's right in the middle of the corridor. Something tells me that my neighbors won't like this very much. So, maybe I could put it right around here. I don't think a 3x2 portal is going to go well with this, so therefore I am going to make this a 3x3 and also knock down a level of netherrack back here. Fill that in. I just need to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then surround this by our old friend obsidian. Yeah. I know. I don't know where those mobs are located that I'm hearing all over the place. Maybe it's better that I don't know. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess I could... I was going to say skimp, but looks like maybe not. There you go. And now let's light her up and see if it goes where I'm hoping it'll go. Where did I put the... oh, there it is. My flint and steel. Good. Now let's see if this takes me to the proper location. Yes, it does. And does this take me back? Excellent! So therefore we can place a pair of banners here for the lighthouse. and that's where we go for there. Good. Now I'm going to go over to town, see if there's anything there, and I will be back. Now that my portal is running, I need to take care of a couple of things on the interior here. And the first thing I need to plan out is what I'm going to do about banners on the interior, of course. I had those as signals for me before, but I really don't need those signals anymore. So perhaps just putting some every once in a while. Now, of course, the exact center right now is here. So this is probably a good thing to do is maybe here we could just put one there and one there. That could help to decorate things. Or maybe we put it on this side instead. That way we won't have to worry about that. So we can put this torch back here and yeah. So instead we'll put it over here. Right there. And there. Now the question is what interval, because if we put this all the way around, I'm going to run out of these banners very, very quickly. There and there. Yeah, I'm going to run out very quickly. So this will probably be a lasting project in order to get all these, but I think it'll add a little. We do need a little bit of color here, so perhaps I should just do this all the way around and take out these old ones. I won't be able to do this all around, but that'll help keep me going for a little while. But once I get these things up, I can then head on to the next thing, and that is to add a little plausibility to these things up here, because right now those ramps are not being held up by anything, and we need something to hold them up to make it look like that we are actually following the laws of physics somewhere, even though the only physics we're really have to follow is that, of course, in Minecraft, which is a little bit different from the real world. But alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some logs, and we are going to use oak. And these pieces of oak are just going to go across, and that's what is going to be holding all of this up in place. And on top of that, thing on top of that? Well, I have to see what I'll do on that, but at the very least, I am going to be putting up some oak in order to hopefully make it look like that that's our main support for all these ramps that are going up here. We are at the start of the ramp, and what I am going to do for this, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Assume that's going across like that, just at that point there. Good. And then we'll do that along each of the sides. Now here, let's see. Does that not work there? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. The question is how it's going to interact with the windows because those start right there. So if we do that, go we'll do that. That seems to work. Now, unfortunately, looks like we can't do it there, so we are going to have to 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. So we're able to do that without interfering too much with the windows. That is good news. And now here, I was fortunate that I go up a full step there. That means now here I can do that without too much trouble. And then do it along. Now I don't have it along the corners, unfortunately, because I don't think diagonals are going to look very good with this. And we'll see how far we get before I run out of oak. It doesn't sound like I'm going to get very far on that matter. So you can see what the pattern is of what I'm doing. I have used up my supply of banners and oak, so I think that means it is time for me to wrap up today's show. Between episodes, I will chop down a little bit more oak, or maybe I'll just go and buy some to save myself some time, and also make some more banners, because I think I'm going to be need plenty of these in order to add a little color within here. And hopefully I'll come up with some other ideas for decorating this lighthouse. But until then, this is Pineleaf Needles reminding you to build responsibly.